everyone, Gretchen Wegner here, and I have a client who almost made a horrible mistake, and luckily for him we had a session and we were able to talk it through and not make this mistake, but I want to tell you about it. And I drew a little cartoon here to tell you what happened. So notice there's a before and an after moment here. In the before moment, my client is smiling and he says, I haven't read the prompt yet, but I'll be fine. And he was planning an essay that he knew he needed to write over the weekend. He was like, oh, it's not going to be that big deal. It's going to be super easy. And so I almost let that go. But then I did say, hey, tell me more about the prompt. And he said, oh, I haven't read it yet. So I asked him to get it out. He got it out. This is a college freshman, by the way. He looked at it and he realized, oh my goodness. And that's where our second picture comes in. He was like, oh, it requires me doing a small research project first. And notice he looks a little bit more shocked there. So the good news is the project is actually easier than the essay he'd been thinking about. But it's not bad news, but the important news that made his eyes, be seeing reality here is that he had to actually go to a public space, it's for a psych class, and ask a bunch of people some questions and get some data before he could write about it. So here's my big tip. This might seem pretty straightforward, but you would be surprised how many students don't do this thing right here. Always read your essay and your project descriptions as soon as they are assigned. Don't just put it in your planner and assume you don't have to look at it until a few days before the deadline. Do read it. Do make sure that there aren't other small to-do tasks that you need to plan for. And I promise you, if you get into this habit of reading all of these descriptions the day they're assigned, you're going to save yourself a lot of headaches. If you want to find out some other ways to save yourself academic headaches, I always recommend my online course, The Anti-Boring Approach to Powerful Studying. Check that out. Send me an email if you have any questions. Gretchen@gretchenwegner.com. Bye, everybody.